Welcome back to another lens review, and this time we're going to be checking out the VILTROX 35mm f1.8. This happens to be the Z model, so I've had it mounted on my Nikon Z Series for quite a while now. I've had this lens for about 2 months. I really wanted to put it through its paces and see what it can do. So when VILTROX sent me this 35mm lens, I took it out of the box. I was super impressed at how durable it feels, how lightweight it is, and how small and easy it is just to carry around all day. The perfect companion for the Z Series. So I took it with me on my most recent trip to California. I really wanted to put it through its paces, take some photos of some sunsets, palm trees, the beach, all that good stuff. And for fun, I decided let's go hard or go home, and rented a 2021 Ford Mustang, and you'll see the photo and video from that here at the end of the video, so be sure to watch the entire video. VILTROX previously sent me the 24 1.8, so if you happen to have both of these lenses, you'll notice that the 24 and the 35 are almost identical in size. The lens hood on the 24 is a little bit smaller, and I'm guessing that is so you don't get any vignetting because it's such a wide lens. And again, the 35 has a little bit of a longer lens hood. You probably don't have to worry about the vignetting that much because you're getting a slightly tighter shot than the 24. And because both of these lenses are very similar sizes, I have to be pretty careful when I'm packing them away in my camera bag. I don't want to take the 35 when I meant to take the 24, or take the 24 when I meant to pack the 35. Now, I will say I really enjoy both of these lenses. I think they're a lot of fun. I almost always have both of them in my camera bag for different situations. I will have the specifications for the 35 1.8 in the description, but I know you guys don't come for the specs because you can read those anywhere. What you really want to see is the example photos and videos that I've taken with the 35 1.8. And my overall thoughts on this lens are, it's a lot of fun. The autofocus is quiet and snappy, very quick, and I think it's a very affordable, comparable lens to the Nikon lens. I did notice a tiny bit of chromatic aberration in some of the edges of the lens. Sometimes you'll notice up in the top of the frame, the sides of the frame, a little bit of like greenish chromatic aberration, just where the light is kind of separating towards the edge of the optics. That happens in a lot of lenses and is kind of pronounced in this 35 1.8, but pretty easily fixable in Lightroom, Photoshop, Camera Raw, or your editing software of choice. So before we have a look at those photo and video examples, let's talk about what I like about the 35 1.8. So I really like this auto aperture where you can decide to let the camera control your aperture if you set it to A, or you can have a declicked manual aperture where you can do it yourself. So you can slide this to exactly where you want it. Maybe you don't want it at 1.8, maybe you want it at 1.9 or maybe 2.0. You can select and dial in exactly what aperture value you want, which is awesome. Again, you can always click it back in, has a hard click or a hard lock into the A or auto, and you can go to aperture priority or manual and completely control the lens with your camera, which is awesome. This is a smart lens. It does talk to your camera, so you do have the option of autofocus and controlling your aperture with your camera, which is absolutely awesome. One of the other things I love about this VILTROX 35 1.8 is the weight. This thing weighs almost nothing, which is super easy for travel photography, run and gun photography, and if I want to put this on a gimbal and do some video, it's fantastic for that as well. Nice and lightweight on that gimbal, and in general, it's just a nice lightweight lens that you can carry around all day. I did lots of walks around California, and I had this lens on me all day and hardly even noticed it. The Z Series is so light. This lens is so light, it's a great little run and gun travel lens. So without making you guys wait any further, let's take a look at some of the photo and video from my 35 1.8 on my last trip to California.